Hello, my name is Kristen Melinda. Welcome to your Mental Health Minute for May the 1st. Today I'd like to talk about the difference between psychiatrists, psychologists, and therapists or counselors. A psychiatrist is going to be a medical doctor. They're going to go to medical school after their regular 4-year undergraduate degree, and they're going to do a specialized program, what's called a residency in psychiatry, specifically around psychiatric disorders. Your typical psychiatrist's focus, at least in the United States of America, is going to be on interventions like medications. Sometimes you'll see one that focuses on electroconvulsive therapy. Sometimes you'll see one that focuses on other things like transcranial magnetic stimulation. But typically, they can diagnose, and they're going to make recommendations related to physical health interventions like medication. In the United States, psychiatrists used to also do a lot of talk therapy. However, they don't really do much of that anymore, at least in this country, although you will occasionally come across the rare unicorn psychiatrist that does both, although most focus on medications. A psychologist is going to have a Doctor of Philosophy or PhD degree or a PsyD degree, which is going to be a 4-year graduate degree after a regular undergraduate or bachelor's degree. They're going to focus on coursework related to counseling, clinical mental health, and the like. Most psychologists in the United States have the ability to diagnose certain disorders. They, in some states, can prescribe medications, but in other states cannot. It depends on where you are. But they're going to be able to do talk therapy, and they're also going to be able to use very specialized assessment tools to get a more specific picture of what's going on with you personally. This might be something like an IQ test. It might be something like a Rorschach or what's called an ink blot test. Psychologists have all of those tools at their disposal as well. Now, a therapist or a counselor may be what's called a mid-level practitioner. That means that they will have a 2-year master's degree outside of their regular bachelor's degree. It's typically going to focus in a counseling or mental health related field, and then they're going to complete that degree, and then they will do what's called an internship, where they do specific hours under a supervisor practicing mental health treatment and care. Most licensed professional counselors or similar, most therapists can diagnose depending on what state you're in. Some of them can do some psychological testing, but not to the same degree as a psychologist. They can't do certain things in certain states, like, for example, I as an LPC in the state of Texas cannot do a Rorschach ink blot test. It is against the law here for me to do that. However, they are going to focus on talk therapy with you. They are going to sit down with you and try to get into the nitty-gritty of what's happening with you and how to help you get